ओके मैम, लाइव हो चुका है, आप स्टार्ट कर सकती हैं।
Just Assalamu alaikum everyone. So this is Sana Sajid and the moderators of iCode Guru. This is the last lecture of our PowerPoint for absolute beginners and the last lecture and the last week of this session. And luckily the session went very well. We learned a lot and with amazing students, amazing team members. So the experience was great. So till now, students, we have learned about, if I just summarize the whole the whole crux of this session, that what we learned. Till now, we have learned about the Python, its introduction. We studied in detail, setup, prints, comments, the variables, the very most important things. And then we studied data types, operators, conditionals, and for loop, while loop, nested loops as well. So these were the things, and there is not a full stop. We also learned tuples and sets, dictionaries, even string methods, list comprehensions, and nested structures. So again, there is not a end. We also walked through the file handling, error handling modules, imports, custom modules. So this was the whole summary of this course that we have learned till now. So this was a very amazing for me as well. So students, thank you so much for being punctual and being regular in my class, in our session. So if I would go for sharing my screen with you all, so stay tuned and just have a look. Is my screen visible? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for telling me in the chat. Okay. So students, as I mentioned, today's topic, that is the mini project. Student grade manager, read write student data to file, handle errors, calculate averages. Like today is a Friday and it's like kind of ritual during the whole session that we also prefer to go for taking the mini project. So today's mini project is like reading, writing, handling, how you are going to do this. Step one is understand the problem. Like before starting, I just want to walk through you all. I want to throw more you on like what's the scenario, what's the heading is. So step one is understand the problem. Goal is create a program that manages students' grades. It should store student data, calculate averages, and handle errors. The data is from and written to a file, so it's persistent. Like simple, what we are going to do is to read and to write the data. Second thing is key concepts involved. Variables and data types, students' names, string, grades, numbers, list. Students say till now variables, they store data, and data types in we walk through the arithmetic data types and operators, each and everything. File handling, loops, functions, error handling. These are all the key concepts which are we going to implement in today's this lecture. Okay. And step two is to plan the data structure. We need a ways to store student information, right? Step one, we have walked through it, like understanding the problem. And the second thing is to plan the data structure. We need a way to store the student info, like this option one, a dictionary of lists. Students, Ali and his grades are these, and then the Sarah and his grades are this. Now the one thing is I have made a dictionary by the name students, and here Ali is the key and these grades are its values, right? Option two is a list of dictionaries. Like I could have lot of list of dictionaries. Like you could see name, Ali, grades, these things. Like a dictionary in the dictionary. File handling basics. We need to save data to file. students text and read it back. Write data to a file with open student text w as a file, dot write string students, a simple way to store the data. Students, till now I don't want to make the lecture very boring to you. I just want to make everything clear to you all. So this is now I am just pausing here, and I want to go towards our ongoing AI tool, ChatGPT. So I'm going to take the help from that. Uh, File handling basics. Like there is a scenario we need to save data to a file, students text and read it back. What I'm going to do, this step is not necessary, just for the information. If someone is going to practice the Python on from the very first step, then this is how you can take the help. Like you have to copy from here, like I'm going to do right now. Like it's not interpretable for me. What I'm going to do, write data to a file with open student text w as a file. Um, what w is denoting here? It's denoting like it's right. File write. I'm going to say give me specific codes about it. Like only written. Global code कह लें. You could say the global code. Mm. File using Python is a clean global version. Data to write that itself. Like I'm going to copy from here, students, and then we can paste it on our collab. Like this, I'm going to do right now. What's cooking in this code? Let's see. It's take time to execute. So wait and watch. Till now, students, if someone having any question, you guys can drop in the chat box. I'm going to handle all these questions until unless it's executing. Okay, it's taking time. So till now, till that, like it's a dictionary in the dictionary in the dictionary, and then these are the values inside it. I have given the command to write, and W is symbolizing the right format. Okay, students, it's taking time. As soon as it's going to execute it, I just want to walk you through the read data form of file. With open student text R as a file, data file read, students like error handling. Here we are going to handle the error. What I'm going to do is again, you have to do this. You can also do this, student, in the easy and the simplest. Paste it here. Can you please make it easy for me to interpret? Let's break it down step by step. in an easy way, and also include error handling so it does not crash if someone goes wrong. Here is a simple example. Try to read data from file. Try with open. This is the syntax. One by one, open file in read mode. आजकल क्या है student? We don't bother to even read the code. Like if I'm going to create a website or the app and something else, what I will do, I will just prefer, all the students will prefer to give the command to the ChatGPT and just give me a code, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, either what they want. They're going to paste the code on the ChatGPT, and then what they get code, they're going to paste it on the desired place they want. So this is the scenario nowadays. But we should bother to read the code even, and it's a good habit. What it's saying, with open student text, read as a file, data, students, print students. Now these are the condition: except syntax error, except exception as e. Okay. Exception in the simple words, try. We try to do something that could fail with open student text R as a file. Open the file safely. Okay. Data is equals to file dot read. Read everything inside the file. Okay. Students, data convert the string back to Python. Except file now not found. Okay, we have given this condition. And the next is except syntax error if the file content is messed up. Okay, except exception as e catch all other unexpected errors. Okay, so I'm going. The purpose was to read this to make you all guys familiar through this code. So we can copy it and paste it here. Let's have a look. This is still now, it's in the process of execution. Now let's see what happened here. What will happen here? I have some kind of net issues. So for that, sorry. All the students for the inconvenience. Okay. If I make you able to read the step 4, it functions to organize code, create small reusable functions, and a student. Add a student. Okay, add a student, name, grade, student name, again calculate average, display all the students. स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ तक जो है ना वो एक फंक्शंस हैं, एक कोड को आपने किस तरह से ऑर्गेनाइज करना है। ये तो नहीं ऑर्गेनाइज करना है कि सबसे पहले ही आप उसको ये कमांड दे दें कि भाई मेरा कोड भी नहीं मैंने जनरेट किया, जैसे इसको हैंडल एरर को हैंडल करो। दिस इज द रॉन्ग वे। So this is the here are the some steps you can follow. I'm just waiting for this execution so we can move forward. Just give me 2 minutes. So students, till now it's in the process of execution. We can move toward the step 4. It is a functions to organize code. How to you can organize your code, create small reusable functions, add a student, or and the next is add student name, average grades you have to add, display students, handle errors. This is the next step. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paste it from here, um, copy from here and then paste it here. And students, you just have to give command to it. Please give me. I'm not good at typing, so just have to tolerate. Now, please give me proper code of this. If it's going to give me the code, then I'm going to paste it. Okay, these things it has mentioned. Like we have all of the two steps which are in the process of execution, right? And the step 5 is handle errors. Students, it should not be the totally new thing for all those who have attended our previous lectures, but if it's your first day with it, so I'm going to inculcate you in a proper way. Handle errors, invalid input, non-numbers, grades. This is again the syntax. What you have to do, like I still remember we just introduced this function in this process, handle errors, like with and except. Why we are giving these? Because we are not going to make the environment tight for the Python. I'm going to give flexibility to this. Like if this thing is going to give error, it could have the options to go with this option and accept option. All right. So if I'm going to copy it from here again, and I'm asking from our AI tool to give me its, you could say, the proper code of this. It has made our lives too much easier in all the ways. But sometimes it's not reliable. Let's see what happened. It's giving the same thing that I gave to it. So we will end our lecture, students, till within the 15 minutes. Guys, few minutes are left, so we can end our lecture by that. What I'm going to do, I was just about to add it here. Okay, just give me 2 minutes until unless it's going to execute. I just wish it should be executed now, till now. So stay in the moment. Okay. So students, यहाँ तक it's taking time. So students, till now I have just put a light in front of you about the file not found, invalid input, file handling, or the next was handle errors, functions to organize code, try to read data from file, and the next file handling basics, plan the data structure, and on the top of the list there was understand the problem. So now we will next thing is students, it is very important. The one thing that हमने जो पूरा session था we took on the collab, not today's lecture. I am talking about the whole session. So this is how you can also go through these. If I talk about another thing, W3 Python. This is also for all those beginners who are not familiar with the Python. So if you have no any kind of grip on this, so आप यहाँ पर आ सकते हैं और easiest way में कुछ भी topic choose करके पढ़ा सकते हैं, पढ़ सकते हैं. Like today's our topic was file handling and file handling. So what I did, Python file opening, लाइक आपने W3 पाइथन को गूगल पे सर्च किया, आप तो अगर बिगिनर्स हैं तो यहाँ से पाइथन इंट्रो देखेंगे, पाइथन गेट स्टार्टेड, इसका सिंटैक्स किसे कहते हैं, जब अभी बार बार सिंटैक्स सिंटैक्स आई वाज कॉलिंग, सिंटैक्स होता क्या है, अगर तो आपको नहीं बताना तो हम यहाँ से देख सकते हैं। पाइथन सिंटैक्स क्या होता है, एग्जीक्यूट पाइथन सिंटैक्स, लाइक एक किस्म की उसको लाइन दे देना, कोड दे देना, कमांड दे देना जो कि उसको समझ में आती है, लाइक कमांड लाइन, दिस इज, or we're creating a Python file on the server. Python in indentation क्या है? Indentation refers to the spaces at the beginning of the code line. So like code line की beginning पे जो spaces होंगी इसको हम indentation कहते हैं. Where in other programming languages the indentation in the code is for readability. Only the indentation in the Python is very important. So clear, like आप spacing spaces को indentation भी कह सकते हैं. Like in your normal text chat on the WhatsApp you can say please go for the indentation, like to modify your words. Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code. Clear? Next is students and number of. Think I should go with one on one. Okay, if 5 is greater than the 2, here the space. This is the space. Print in the F. So it means this is indentation. Python will give you an error if you skip the indentation. We can try it. I think we should try it. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the whole code and want to make my own. If it's not, like, we can run it, it's going to give error. It's again, like, if students, I'm going to remove all the indentation. It's again giving the same thing. So it's specific for the specific codes, we can say this is how it's saying it will give the error. Okay, let's check. Okay, clear? Like in this, this is how it's going to give the error to us. Next is the number of spaces up to you as a programmer. The most common use is 4. Okay. Example, if 5 greater than 2, print 5 is greater than 2. So you have to use the same number of spaces in the same block of code. Python will give you an error. The Python variables again. But if I talk about today's, our main concern that was file handling. Like before moving to the file handling, I think I should go through this and just a minute. Actually, sorry for the inconvenience. I have a very lot of nut issues. So just some of the moments I got stuck at some points. File handling. Let's read it. Just a minute before coming here. Here. File handling students, we are familiar with the key function of our working with the files in Python is the open. There are 4 different methods for opening a file: R, A, W, and the X. In addition, you can specify if the file should be handled as a binary or text mode. We can say the binary is for the images, like the binary language, 0 and the 1. In the syntax to open a file, like open command, because R for read and T for text are the default values, you do not need to specify them. Make sure the file exists or else you will get an error. What is the function used for the opening of files? This one. It's submit. It's a correct answer. Python read files. Open a file on the server. Assume we have following file located in the same folder as Python. This is the name of the file. Hello. Well, this is the content in your file, whatever. To open the file, use the built-in open function. The open function returns a file object which has a read, okay, method for reading the content of the file. Example, f open, okay, like the file name and then the read command. Clear? This one. This is the name of the file. If the file is located in the different, if the file is located in a different location, you will have to specify the file paths like this. Open a file on different location. ओके इट मीन अगर तो डिफरेंट लोकेशन है आपको नहीं पता तो उसमें आप ये कमांड दे सकते हैं क्लियर यूजिंग विद स्टेटमेंट विद एक ऐसा ऑप्शन है जो आप उसको कमांड देते हो कि वो थोड़ी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी हो आपकी पाइथन के पास भी कि करना क्या है close file it is a good practice to always close the file when you are done with it clear close the file when you are finished with it. You should always close your file. In some cases, due to buffering, changes made to a file may not show until you close the file. Read only parts of the file. By default, the read method returns the whole text, but you can also specify how many characters you want to return. Like it's going to tell us number of characters about anything. Like एक बहुत बड़ी किताब है, उस किताब के अंदर कोई 200 वर्ड्स हैं, उन 200 वर्ड्स में कितने कैरेक्टर्स यूज हुए हैं तो आप सिंपली ये उठाएंगे ये कमांड और दे देंगे 200 वर्ड्स में कोई आई गेस 1000 2000 कैरेक्टर्स हो सकते हैं तो इस तरह से आपको कोई इस पे ज़्यादा जहमत नहीं करनी पड़ती बॉदर नहीं करना पड़ता कि आप इसको बार बार रीड करें द पाइथन हैज मेड आवर लाइफ इजियर एज आई मेंशन्ड अर्लियर write to an existing file to write to an existing file you must add a parameter to the open function. This is the addition of the new word. Append will append to the end of the file. Write will override any existing content. These are the examples. Open the file with open and append. Override existing content. Existing content को override अगर करना हो ठीक है उसके लिए भी एक specific command है. The W method will override the entire file. If you want to create a new file, in the Python, use the open method. Which one of the following parameters? X पैरामीटर है A है और W पैरामीटर है X से क्या होता है क्रिएट होता है A से अपेंड होता है और W से राइट होता है अब क्रिएट का क्या will create a file append will create a file if the specified file does not exist specifically at the end of the file append option works and the write will create a file if the specified file does not exist clear. So example, create a new file called myfile.txt. F open my file. Run example. Result, a new empty file is created. So students, till now, if someone having any question, you may ask. Okay, chat में question है the मुश्तबा पूछ रहे हैं कि मैम मैं पाइथन में आई एम टोटली न्यू इट्स हार्ड टू रीड मैं पाइथन में टोटली न्यू हूँ और मैं कहाँ से स्टार्ट करूँ ओके और मेरा बैकग्राउंड सीएस से नहीं है क्या मैं पढ़ सकता हूँ कर सकता हूँ यस इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग दैट यू आर शोइंग योर इंटरेस्ट इन इट आप कर सकते हैं बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं और ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपका बैकग्राउंड कंप्यूटर से रेलिवेंट ही हो. जस्ट स्टार्ट टू शो योर इंटरेस्ट one by one. Like you can start from W3 Python. It's a very friendly tool, you can say. यहाँ पर आए. इंग्लिश तो पढ़नी आती है ना सब स्टूडेंट्स को. नहीं भी इंग्लिश आती तो यहाँ से आप सिंपल जो भी आपको वन ऑन वन बता देती हूँ. यहाँ से जाएं और चैट जीपीटी को कमांड देंगे इसकी मुझे वो उर्दू बता दे. हम साथ के साथ कर लेते हैं. कन्वर्ट इट टू उर्दू. जब पाइथन करने से पहले एक मशहूर प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है कि सर्वर पर वेब एप्लीकेशन बनाने के लिए इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. ठीक है. ओके. सो आई होप मुझे आपका क्वेश्चन मैंने क्लियर हो गया होगा आपको जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स थी. ओके. किसी और स्टूडेंट का क्वेश्चन है? हैंड रेज. अनेबल टू म्यूट योर सेल्फ. Students, in order to avoid the mess in our class today, I just always prefer to drop your questions just in the chat box. I'm going to read it. Okay. Hania is asking, ma'am, could you please tell about the concept of dictionaries? Okay. Hania, dictionaries is a kind of, you can say, dictionaries store the data by using two types, key और values. अगर मैं सादा बात में अल्फाज में आपको बताऊं तो आपने मैथ्स में इन योर 9th to 10th हम पढ़ते थे कि फला ए की वैल्यू 5 के इक्वल है या बी की वैल्यू सी की इक्वल है. लाइक दिस. अगर मैं यहाँ पर करके देखूं, लाइक वी कैन से अगर ए की वैल्यू 5 की इक्वल है या बी की वैल्यू 6 की इक्वल है, ये तो हम बचपन में करते हैं. और इन सब को ये है क्या, मैं क्या देती हूँ, ये है एक स्टेटमेंट. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पर स्टेटमेंट है. इट्स होल्डिंग द डाटा. द स्टेटमेंट इज द डिक्शनरी एंड जो डाटा ये होल्ड किया हुआ, दिस इज द ए इज द की एंड द 5 इज द वैल्यू. क्लियर? So these are the dictionaries. Dictionaries have made our lives easier, like all the tools. हमें कहीं पे खपना नहीं पड़ता, कुछ भी नहीं करना पड़ता. Simple command and go there. Okay. हाँ, start of the lecture एक question है. Please, students, make sure to join the session with your real names. So HP यही नाम आ रहा है. तो इनका question है कि मैम at the start of lecture you mentioned about the variables. यस, वेरिएबल्स मैंने कहाँ पर यूज किया था? आई रिमेम्बर. मैंने वर्ड यहाँ पर पढ़ा था. यहाँ पर जी. वेरिएबल्स क्या होते हैं? वेरिएबल्स अगेन स्टूडेंट्स, दे आर स्टोरिंग द डाटा. क्लियर? लाइक इन योर होम इफ यू आर गोइंग टू मेक द केक और समथिंग लाइक दिस. फॉर मेकिंग द केक क्या आप करेंगे? बेकरी. अब किसी को बेकिंग पसंद है, आप बेकिंग के लिए क्या करेंगे? तो उस शॉप पे जाएंगे, उस शॉप पे जाएंगे, वहां से बेकिंग सोडा लेंगे, वहां से कोको पाउडर लेंगे, या आप किसी और शॉप से उसका मोल्ड लेंगे जिसमें आपने केक बनाना है. ठीक है. ये तो आपको बहुत जगहों में खपना पड़ रहा है, लेकिन ये सारी चीजें यू कुड हैव एक्सेस टू देम. और आजकल के जो इजीएस्ट वे में आप इनको ऑनलाइन किसी स्टोर से एक ही जगह से मंगवा सकते हैं. ये जो ऑनलाइन स्टोर एक ही जगह से आपको सब कुछ प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, दैट कुड बी द वेरिएबल. या आप किसी ऑनलाइन स्टोर्स नहीं है तो आपके नियर पियर कोई भी मॉल हो सकता है, आप वहां से सारी चीजें ले सकते हैं इन द इजीएस्ट एक्सेस में. तो वो जो सारी चीजें आपको एक ही जगह से मिलेंगी वो वेरिएबल है. ठीक है. और वेरिएबल्स आर अगेन गोइंग टू स्टोर द डाटा. अगर मैं मजीद क्लैरिटी के लिए वेरिएबल्स की डेफिनेशन हम यहाँ पर मांगते हैं. वेरिएबल्स डेफिनेशन इन पाइथन. Variable in Python is a name that stores a value. It works like a container in which you can keep the data and you can use that name to access or change the value later. Clear? Variables do not need to be declared before use. Python automatically decides the data type based on the value. You can change the value variable anytime. आप किसी भी वक्त बाउंड नहीं है कि आपने एक ही वैल्यू से रहना है कि यार यहाँ पर x है तो x क्यों है. यहाँ पर नेम एक वेरिएबल है. नेम इज अ वेरिएबल स्टोरिंग द डाटा. सो यहाँ पर कुछ भी आप कर सकते हैं. I think it makes sense to all of you guys. So Python syntax. इससे रेलिवेंट एक चैट में क्वेश्चन आया हुआ Python syntax. थैंक यू अली सवाल पूछने के लिए. Syntax, when I started to teach this course, it was also a new thing for me that I was not familiar with this word के syntax होता क्या. To execute Python syntax, syntax is a command line, like the way the line the code you are going to give your language to understand it. Like the simple way एक आप सादा अल्फाज में अगर मैं बात करूँ तो समटाइम्स हमें एक चीज स्पेसिफिक जगह पे लॉक करनी होती है. ठीक है. उस एक स्पेसिफिक चीज को एक जगह पे लॉक करने के लिए हमें कुछ स्पेसिफिक फार्मूलाज भी चाहिए होते हैं. तो अब यहाँ पर अगर हेलो वर्ड है, मैंने इसको स्पेसिफिक जगह पे लॉक करना है, तो उसके लिए मुझे एक स्पेसिफिक टूल भी चाहिए या एक ऐसा तरीका भी चाहिए. तो ये सिंटैक्स वो चीज है. सिंटैक्स एक बेसिक कमांड लाइन है, एक फॉर्मूला कह लें, तो जो आप मैथ्स में करते आए. दिस इज अ सिंटैक्स. So students, thank you so much for joining us today. The session was amazing, lecture was amazing. We have covered a lot of things. We learned a lot of things. The message of the day is for all of you is to be consistent with your practice, with your commitments, and with your own learnings. Journey is not going to stop here. Journey is going to begin here. So I hope everything has been clear to all you guys. Let's meet in another session in another time. Still that, have a good day and a good life to all of you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.